मोक्षयमामृतात् ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनामृत्यो मोक्षयमामृतात् ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् 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 ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दना मृत्योर्मोक्षयमामृतात् ओम 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 नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः पार्वतीपतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो काशी विश्वनाथ भगवान की जय हो।
You're here. You're in the middle. This is for Arjuna. No, Arjuna. Any day. What's with like the mic stand setup? What is that? I'm guessing that's for the top one.
Who's sitting there?
Shabby sitting.
Who's sitting here?
Serena.
Wait, are we doing a chanting today? Which one? I didn't get it printed. Was it in the group chat? Which one? I don't have it printed.
I don't know. We bought a copy.
Oh, okay.
We printed 3. Me and you the third one. I think Arjuna wanted it. Was it
Wait,
for
did
one?
you tell them?
No, but they said they're coming.
In preparation.
So that means they're bringing it. Are you ready? Did he say he's ready?
Om Shivaya Hari Om Shivaya 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 Om Shivaya Hari Om शोभितलिङ्गं ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभाषितशोभितलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवमुनि प्रवराचितलिङ्गं कामदहं करुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सर्वसुगन्धसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविमलमलकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरमर्पितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं पनिकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं पनिपतिवेशितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसूर्याज्ञविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहार सुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भाविर्भक्तिभिरेवचलिङ्गं दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् अष्टदवपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवरपुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गं परात्परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गं 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 तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय हर हर भोले नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
जतातवीगल ज्वल प्रभाः पावितस्थले गले वलम्बलम्बितं भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिका जतातवीगल ज्वल प्रभाः पावितस्थले गले वलम्बिलम्बितं भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिका दमद्दमद्दमद्दमद्दमदिनादमर्वयं चकार चन्द्रताण्डवं तनोतु न शिवा शिवं तनोतु न शिवा शिवम् ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 बम भोले ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो उमापति महादेव की भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय हो. We invite all of you for darshan of the Lord, Divya darshan. To all of you watching, the Lord transforms himself into something more beautiful this evening. From Sundaram, from Sundareshwar, he becomes Sundareshwari. So please come on up and take his darshan. Those of you in the temple are so blessed to have his darshan in person. Those of you who are online are blessed as well. No problem. So please come on up now and offer your prasad and things like that. You do that at the murti and then you go back and sit down. Thank you. While this is happening, okay, we'll sing individual songs. Okay, no problem. All right.
Shivaya, Shivaya Namo. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namo. Om
सा रे गा रे सा नि धा आ एक आँख में सूरज साधा, एक में चंद्र
guys come? We'll do some singing. बोले मापति महादेव की जय। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सर्वमंगलमांगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः आशुतोष शशांक शेखर चंद्रमौलि चिदंबर कोटि
कोटि प्रणाम शंभो कोटि नमन दिगंबरा कोटि नमन दिगंबरा।
शेखर चंद्रमौलि चिदंबरा
कोटि कोटि प्रणाम शंभो कोटि नमन दिगंबरा कोटि नमन दिगंबरा।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय।
निर्विकारो
कार्य अविनाशी तुम्ही देवादिदेव जगत सर्जक प्रलय करता शिवम सत्यम सुंदर शिवम सत्यम सुंदर। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। निरंकार स्वरूप कालेश्वर महायोगेश्वर दयानिधि दानीश्वर जय जटाधर अभयंकर जय जटाधर अभयंकर। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। शूलपाणि त्रिशूलधारी ओगहि बादंबरी जय महेश त्रिलोचनाय विश्वनाथ विशंबरा विश्वनाथ विशंबरा। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम शिव शङ्कर सदा शिव शिव शङ्कर ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय जगत सर्वभक्ति भक्ति सदैव तेरे चरण हो क्षमा हो अपराध सब जय जय जयति जगदीश्वर जय जय जयति जगदीश्वर ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय जन्म जीवन जगत का संताप ताप मिटे सभी ॐ नमः शिवाय मन जपता रहे पंचाक्षर जपता रहे पंचाक्षर ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय
नमामि शमीशान. Let us glorify the Lord this evening. The children have learned so much beautiful chants that they're able to put their beautiful, pure voices together and to bring us these beautiful chants in your home and wherever you are, in the temple here, of course. Let us elevate our minds, our thoughts this evening as we listen to Namami Shamishan, the Rudrashtakam of Tulsidas Ji. Namami
शमीशान निर्वाण रूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपं निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं चिदाकाशवासं भजेऽहं निराकार ओंकार मूलं तुरीयं गिराज्ञानगोतीतमीशं गिरीशं करालं महाकालकालं कृपालं गुणागार संसारपारं नतोऽहं तुषारादिसङ्काशघोरं नवीनं मनोभूतकोटि प्रभाषी शरीरं सुरन्मोलितल्लोलिनीचारुगन्धा रसद्भालवाने दुगन्धे भुजङ्गा चलत्कुन्दलं रुसुनेत्रं विशालं प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालं विदादेशजन्माम्बरं मुन्दमानं प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि प्रचण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डं अजं भानुकोटिप्रकाशं त्रयशूलनिर्मूलनं शूलपाणिं भजेऽहं भवानीं पतिं भावगम्यं कलातीतकल्याणकल्पान्तकारी सदा सज्जनानन्दगाथा पुरारी चिदानन्दसन्दोहमोहपहारी प्रसीद प्रसीद प्रभो मन्मदारी दयावन्तुमानान्नपादारविन्दं भजन्ति लोके हरे वानरायण यदावत्सुखं शान्तिसन्तापनाशं प्रसीद प्रभो सर्वभूतादिवासं निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं चिदाकाशवाकाशवासं भजेऽहं नमामीशमीशाननिर्वाणरूपं विभुं व्यापकं ब्रह्मवेदस्वरूपं निजं निर्गुणं निर्विकल्पं निरीहं चिदाकाशवाकाशवासं भजेऽहं चिदाकाशवाकाशवासं भजेऽहं चिदाकाशवाकाशवासं भजेऽहम्
कर्पूरगौरम् कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। बोलिए उमापति महादेव की जय। Now, Shiva Bhagavan is very pleased, very happy that we can do these prayers for him. At this beautiful temple, there are no short of prayers. Any temple, as a matter of fact, there is no short of prayers. But when it comes from the Shri Mukh, the Pavitra Mukh, the pure, innocent, voice of the children, then there is a whole different dimension to the whole prayer itself. Now, our children are going to sing something very special for Mahadev. All these chantings are done in Sanskrit. They're all done in Sanskrit. There's no Hindi here and no Avadi here. There's all Sanskrit. And they're going to do one of the most difficult dances difficult songs of Shiva in Sanskrit called the Tandava Stotram. It's pretty long, but they'll do a little bit. The Tandava Stotram was done. It was written by Ravana to Bhagavan Shiva. When Ravana lifted up the mountain, he had so much ghamand. He lifted up the mountain because he thinks he is powerful. Sometimes the very source that gives us power, we want to abuse it. The same parents that give us everything, we want to abuse them. The same teacher that gives us everything, we want to abuse them. Ravan wanted to abuse his blessings from the Lord. And what happened? He lifted up the mountain. And the Lord took his toe, not his foot, his toe, and he just placed it on top of Kailash. And the entire mountain came down, and Ravan's hands were squeezed. When your hands are tied, there's only one thing to do. When your hands are tied like this, there's only one thing to do, that is to pray. And there he was a Brahmana, he was a scholar. Ravan was a scholar. And there then he composed Jata Tavi Galajjvala Prabha Pavastastale. He bowed to Shiva Bhagavan, the one who wears the Jata, Bhagavan Mahadev, who dances the Tandav. I bow to you. This is a very beautiful chanting to the Lord. We've been preparing for weeks, I would say months, for this beautiful chanting. Pretty difficult for the ordinary to sing. That is why we have the extraordinary singing it this evening. The beautiful Tandav Stotram. And if Pandit Kuldeep is videoing it, you know that it's a very important thing. So, very, very beautiful chant.
Are we doing the whole thing?
No. I'll just tell you when to stop.
You tell us when to stop?
जताद्विगलज्जलप्रवाहपावितस्थले कलेवलम्ब्यलम्बितं भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिका दमद्दमद्दमद्दमानिनादवाद्दमर्वयं चकारचन्द्रताण्डवं तनोतु न शिवा शिवम् जताकथाः सम्भ्रमा विलोलवीचिवल्लरे विराजमानमूर्धनि धोरणी विलास बंधु बंधुरा स्फुरदिगंत संतति प्रमोदमान मानसे विवाकटाक्ष धोरणी निरुद्ध दुर्धरापदि क्वचित् दिगंबरे मनो विनोद मेधु वस्तुनि शताभुजंग पिंगल स्फुरत्पनामणि प्रभ प्रलम्ब कुङ्कुमद्रव प्रलिप्त दिग्वधूमुखे मदन्त सिन्धुरस्फुरत्वधूतरीय मेधुरे मनो विनोदमद्भुतं विवर्त भूतभर्तरी सहस्रलोचन प्रभृत विशेषलेख शेखर प्रसन्न दुर्विधोरिणि विदुसरन्ध्रिवृत्तभो भुजङ्गराजमालया निबद्ध जातजूतका श्रिये चिराय जायतं चकोरबन्धुशेखरा ललाट जल्परज्ज्वल धनञ्जया स्फुलिङ्गम निबिद्ध पञ्चसायकं नमामि लिम्बनायकम् सुधामयोगलेखया विराजमान शेखरं महाप्रपादिसंहरे शिरोजतालमस्तु नः करालबालपत्तिका धगद्धगद्धगज्ज्वल धनञ्जया हृदीकृता प्रपञ्च पञ्चसायके धराधरेन्द्रनन्दिनी कुचाकृचित्रपत्रिका प्रकल्पनैकशिल्पने त्रिलोचने कृतिर्ममा नवीनमेघमण्डली निरुद्धदुर्धरस्फुर कुहूनिचित्तचिन्तमा प्रबन्धपाठदन्दना निलिम्पनिर्झरे धरास्तनोतु कृत्तिसिन्धुर कलानिधानबन्धुरा श्रियं जगद्गुरन्धरा प्रफुल्लनीलपङ्कज प्रपञ्चकालिमप्रभा वलम्बिकन्तकन्दली रुचिप्रबन्धकन्दरम् स्वरचिदं पुरचिदं भवचिदं मगचिदं गजचिदं गच्चिदं कमन्त्रिकाचिदं भजे जटाटवीकलज्ज्वल प्रभाहि पावितस्थले कलेवरं व्यलम्बितं भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकम् गमद्गमद्गमद्गमनिनादमर्गमर्वयं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवा शिवम् शतात्वीकलज्ज्वल प्रवाह पावितस्थले गरेवलं विलम्बितं भुजङ्गतुङ्गमालिकम् गमद्गमद्गमद्गमनिनादमर्गमर्वयं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवा शिवं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवा शिवं चकार चण्डताण्डवं तनोतु नः शिवा शिवम्
बोले माँ पति महादेव की जय, नटराज तांडव भगवान की जय. Please, online, virtually, and in person, please give big round of clapping for children. Panditji, how was chanting? Excellent pronunciation. God bless your gurus. May he live long, happy life, healthy life as well. This is beautiful chanting. Tandav is a very complicated chanting. It has to be done in a particular rhythm. But our children have done so well. These children, I have been very public about this. They were handpicked to be in this group. All of them you see here, because I wanted a group that is committed to this chanting. They must be committed to preserve this, because these things are dying in some places, but we have to, revive it. So happy that they are so committed to it. Every Wednesday evening we chant, and they're so prompt, and of course does it with so much love. This evening I want to, before we start our Katha, that is, now that they have chanted that, I don't know what to do, because I cannot sing like them, but I can try a little bit. I want to thank our Shrotas this evening, Auntie Chandra and Mohini. They are our Shrotas, and they're very prayerful, devoted people in this temple. I have to say that, one of the things that really motivate me to do sadhana and tapasya and all of this is when people have devotion like this. They are prayerful, they are committed, and they are sincere. And there this evening, we have both of them sitting for prayers. May Bhagavanji continue to bless Auntie Chandra and Uncle Puran. He's not in the greatest of health, but we ask Bhagavan Shivji. I know that if he was in good health, he would have been here every day, doing all the pujas, doing everything. He says the biggest jai at the end of the pujas. And I know he can hear our voices from here. Bhagavan Shivji, bless him in abundance. And Auntie Chandra, who's been a pillar of love and support in his life. May Bhagavan give her courage and strength to continue to be that pillar of support. And to Mohini as well, who is here with us. Bhagavan's blessings to her and her family. In memory this evening, our dear Bhaiya Ramjivan, dear Ramjivan from Long Island. In memory of Ma Khemraji Ramjivan. Less than a year ago, his mother passed away. And today, they're dedicating this Katha in memory of Ma Khemraji Ramjivan from Deonarayan Ramjivan. Bhaji Dev is such a dedicated Hindu. Although he's virtually doing everything, he just makes sure that he stays in touch, in contact, and always find ways to do something very beautiful for his family. Bhagwan's blessings to you, Bhaji Dev, and to your entire family as well. God bless you always. This evening, Bhagwan Shivji is, if you notice, we redressed him last night because we want him to look fresh. It's his time. So he wears new garments, new decor. Shivji and Parvati Mata's mala is sponsored by Leela Prasad and Vidya Devanandan. As you have purchased beautiful malas for the Lord, may you have, of course, beautiful blessings in abundance, and always thinking about the Lord in some way. Thank you, Leela Prasad and Vidya Devanandan. Ganesh and Kartike malas are sponsored by Auntie Chandra's mom and sister. Bhagwan's blessings to them. The Jasmine mala is sponsored by Mohini, who is our Shrota this evening. And the Shivratri mala sponsorship, that's available in person and online as well, website. God bless all of you for always thinking about the welfare of the temple and how we present our dharma. That's very important. How we present this beautiful culture is very important. We present ourselves very nice. We dress very good, decent, and we have to be careful how we present our culture, because we are setting the pace and the tone for this generation coming up. They are the ones who are going to carry on this culture. We want to make sure that they are in line and aligned with all of this. Bole Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Last night, we discussed the lingam. We talked about the importance of worshipping Shiva lingam. And we talk about Saurastre Somanatham Cha, the beautiful Somanath lingam. Saurastre Somanatham Cha, Saurastre Somanatham Cha, Shri Shaile Mallikarjunam, Ujjayenyam Mahakalam, Omkaram Maleshwaram, Paralyam Vaidhanatham Cha, Dakinyam Bhimashankaram, सेतुबन्धेतु रामेशं नागेशं दारुकावणे वाराणस्यां तु विश्वेशं त्र्यम्बकं गौतमीतते हिमालये तु केदारं घृष्मेशं च शिवालये एतानि ज्योतिर्लिङ्गानि सायं प्रातःपते नर सप्त जन्म कृतं पापं स्मरणेन विनश्यति. Jyotirlingani. We honor the 12 Jyotirlingams. Talked about Saurashtra Somanath Bhagwan. Bhagwan Brahma and Vishnu came down themselves and brought the lingam from the heavens and did the installation right there in Gujarat. So many people go there, including our beautiful group in 2018, and we had darshan of the beautiful lingam of Bhagwan Somanath. Sri Shaile Mallikarjunam, we talked about Mallikarjun, where Bhagwan Shivji and Ma Parvati, they became a light. Jyotir, they became one, and that lingam was formed. When Kumar Kartikeya left home, they were very sad. They went to meet him, but he left that place as well, in beautiful mountain. So they created this lingam and say that no one should go through the pain they have experienced. And that beautiful Sri Shaile Mallikarjunam. And then we talked about Ujjainyam Mahakalam, Mahakaleshwar in Ujjain, where we talked about the bhasma that's sprinkled upon the Lord. All of them have their own beautiful stories, my friends. All of them have their own beautiful significance. Then we have Bhima Shankar Lingam, Bhima Shankar. Bhima, not the Bhima in the Mahabharata. There was one by the name of Bhima. He is the son of Kumkaran, Ravan's brother. And what happened when his father was slain by Ramji? This big powerful demon Bhim, he did sadhana to Bhagwan Brahma. And Bhagwan Brahma blessed him with immense powers. Usual thing, took over the world. And he went to a particular king. And he took over that kingdom of the king. Put the king in a prison. And that king made a Parthiv lingam. Parthiv means a lingam out of mud. We talked as well, and I told you last night how humble our beginnings were. Where we saw stone and that was our lingam. People take concrete and they make a lingam, cement. And people took mud and they made a lingam as well. This king who was in the prison, you know what he did? The king who was in the prison, he took the mud and he made a lingam of Shiva Bhagavan. And he offered penance to the lingam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. He chanted and chanted and chanted. Bhagwan Shiva came and says, when it is time, I will come and relieve you from this prison that you're living in. And what happened one day, Bhim came, the demon with his sword, and he said, you're praying to a mud idol? Let me see if this mud idol can save you. As he lifted his sword to chop the king's neck, the king lost faith and he says, Mahadev, what is the purpose of my tapasya? You promised me to come save me, and look, this man is on the verge of slaying me. And out of that lingam, my friends, the mud lingam, not Narmadeshwar lingam and all that, mud lingam, Mahadev Bhagwan manifested. And of course, saved that king. From that day, the lingam was called Bhima Shankar. He created, out of that form, he created a lingam called Bhima Shankar. That lingam is named after a demon. Why? All the Shaunak and all the rishis, they asked Sujji Maharaj, why is it that the king did all the prayers, but this demon, the lingam is named after the demon? Bhagwan Shankar says, it is this demon that brought me out of this lingam. So today, whoever prays to Bhima Shankar, Bhagwan Shiv, fear is never a trouble in your life. Amen. All the lingams are there, Omkareshwar and so on. I think one of us that all of us can relate to is Rameshwara. Rameshwar Lingam, of course, in South India, that is the tip of India, where Bhagwan Ramji made this lingam. All of you know that story. Lingathapi vidhi vati kar puja. Lingathapi vidhi vati kar puja. Shiva saman priya mohi na duja. Shiva saman priya mohi na duja. Lingathapi vidhi vati kar puja. Lingathapi vidhi vati kar puja. Shiva saman priya mohi na duja. Shiva saman priya mohi na duja. Shiva drohi mam bhagati kahava. Shiva drohi mam bhagati kahava. Sonar sapne hu mohi na pava. Sonar sapne hu mohi na pava. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Bhagwan Ramji was going across to Lanka to find Mother Sita. And what happened? Lingatapa vidivatakara puja. He says, this spot is very auspicious. This spot, a lingam must be consecrated here. So he sent Hanumanji. The scriptures tells us, Valmiki Ramayana tells us that he sent Hanumanji to the place that is the capital city of Bhagwan Shivji. That is called Kashi. Kashi is the capital. Hanumanji Maharaj went to Kashi and brought this lingam. And it was consecrated there. Lingathapi vidivatakara puja. Why? Shiva samana priya mohi na duja. Ramji Bhagwan says, there is no other dear to me in my heart as Bhagwan Shivji. And further he says, Shiva drohi mama bhagati kahava. This is the Avadi language of Ramayana. Whoever shows enmity to Mahadev Bhagwan, whoever shows enmity to Mahadev Bhagwan, and in Kamband Ramayana it is written further, whoever shows enmity to the bhakta of Bhagwan Shivji. You know, the bhakta of the Lord is special as the Lord himself. Whoever shows enmity, Shiva drohi mama bhagati kahava. Whoever shows enmity towards Mahadev Bhagavan, mama bhagati kahava. Then where can devotion come from in their life? So nar sapnehu mohi na pava. For those of you who dream, if you dream at all, so nar sapnehu, you can never even dream of Ram Bhagavan if you have enmity or some sort of issue with Mahadev. A lot of people till today in this time that we live in, they comment on the Lord Shiva. There are certain parts of the world where people don't even look at Shiva Bhagavan because they think he's a Bhandari, he thinks he's an ascetic, you know, he lives with ghosts and all this kind of thing. But somebody has to give a home for all of them. Mahadev Bhagavan, this is the love Ramji Bhagavan. And furthermore he says, Aurau ek guput mat Sabahi kahau kar jori ho Rama, sabahi kahau kar jori. Aur wo ek guput mat, sabahi kahau kar jori ho Rama, sabahi kahau kar jori. Hare Shankar bhajan bina nar bhagati na pavahi mor. O Rama bhagati na pavahi mori. Aur ek गुपुत मत सबहि कहु कर जोरी, हो रामा सबहि कहु कर जोर। शंकर भजन बिना नर भगति न पावई मोर, ओ रामा भगति न पावई मोर। सिया भज रामचंद्र पद जय, शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम। और एक गुपुत मत सबही कहु कर जोर। राम जी भगवान clasped his hands and he said, listen to me everybody, I clasp hands and I tell you, Shankar bhajan bina nar bhagati na pavahi more. Without bhajan to Bhagwan Shankar, don't even think about devotion to me. In many, many temples, my friends, Shiva temples, in Vishnu temples, even if you go to Tirupati Balaji, you must give devotion to Shiv Bhagwan. They chant his prayers there. Before they chant, Utishta Tishta Govinda, Utishta Garudadvaja, Utishta Kamala Kanta, Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. In Tirupati Balaji, 3:40 in the morning, the temple doors are locked. And the priests will go, about 15, 16 of them, they will knock on the door. They are literally waking up the Lord. Utishta Tishta Govinda, Utishta Garudadvaja, rise up, O Govinda, rise up, O Vishnu. You'll hear them chanting Mahadev mantras as well. Because Shankar bhajan binanar bhakti na pavai moi. Bhagwan Shri Ram made that rule, my friends. Jo Ganga Jal Ani Sajai, Jo Rameshwar Ani Sajai. Those who go to Rameshwar and have a vision of the Lord, that lingam is a Jyotir lingam because it was consecrated by Bhagavan himself. Whoever pours Ganga Jal on the Lord, my friends, they win the abode of Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Shivji himself. The Jyotir lingams, although we cannot visit them because of many limitations, then we can bring them into our home. Like last night I said, I'm so proud of all our grown and young people who have learned these beautiful mantras. Many people here, we've taught them every Thursday night. Saurastre Somanathamcha. They're versed in it now. They're doing Archana with it. You can bring the Jyotir lingams in your home. You can bring them in your heart. Atmalingaye Namaha. Among the many types of lingams, there is Atmalingam, which means the lingam of your soul. You are carrying Bhagwan Mahadev in your soul every single place. That is the best lingam ever. Atmalingaya. My friends, and so the Jyotir lingams are very powerful. Please pray to your lingam. Have the lingam as an object of your life. Let the lingam be the very presence of Bhagwan Shivji in your life. This evening, my friends, we're going to learn a few teachings of Shiva Puran. We're going to learn a few things. What we're going to learn? 3 things. We're going to learn what is japam, what is tapaha, and what is satya. Japam, satya, and tapam. In this order, the Mahashiva Puran talks about it. Japam is very important. What is japam? तेरा पल पल बीता जाय मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। तेरा पल पल बीता जाय मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। ओ तेरा पल पल बीता जाय मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय। जय हो। शिव शिव तुम हृदय में भोले, मन मंदिर का पलदा खोले। शिव शिव तुम हृदय से बोले, मन मंदिर का पलदा वो तेरा अवसर खाली न जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय तेरा अवसर खाली न जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय तेरा पल पल बीता
जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय
मुसाफिरी जब पूरी होगी चलने की मजबूरी होगी मुसाफिरी जब पूरी होगी चलने
की मजबूरी
ओ तेरा पिंजरा प्राण रह जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय तेरा पिंजरा प्राण रह जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओ तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय तेरा पल पल बीता जाए मुख से जप ले नमः शिवाय ओम 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 नमः शिवाय Japam. Maharshi Puran tells us about Japam. Kya hai Japam? Japam means to mutter. If my friend Shiv from Montreal is watching, I'm sure he would have made a donation already when he heard that song because he loves that song so much. But he can make half donation because we sing half song. Anyways. Japale Namah Shiva. Japa means to mutter. What are we muttering? Mutter, no? Not mutter. Mutter paneer and mutter naam are two different things. To mutter, japam. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and so on. Shiva Puran talks about japam. Lekin kaise? He talks about how do you jap? How do you mutter? Because it's such an important thing, right? We have japamala. When you're doing japam, there is japamala. A mala that goes with it. Like this one, for example, is not a japamala. It's long and this one is capped with different things. It's for a show, but it's a real rudraksh. Yeah? It's not for a show. It's a real rudraksh. There's japamala, the ones that that you use only for japam. What is japam? Uttamam manasam japyum pam shashashveyam madhyamam adhamam vachikam prahur ragamatha visharada. As we exercise the body through movement, as we exercise the body and we make the body happy through movements, different movements, you make the Atma happy with japam, the soul happy with japam. Now how do you do it? Uttamam manasam japyam. Maharshi Puran tells you how you should do japam. Right? How is it that you should do japam? Uttamam manasam. Manas means mind, mental japam. This is the first, and by the way, the best of all the japam. Uttamam means the highest. Uttamam manasam japyam pam suschaiva madhyamam. The best of all the japam is mental japam. And you know what that is? Sit in silence, open your eyes or close your eyes, but you have to be focused, and you're doing japam in your mind. Uttamam manasam japyam. This Maharshi Puran says that is the best japam. Now you may think this is contrary to what is happening, right? It's not. Nowadays you hear, like if you go on YouTube and so, you will hear Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. You will hear that on YouTube and on cassette, well on CD or whatever they have these days. You know what's funny? I was talking to Aditya the other day from the temple. How many years Aditya is?
He was born
9? 9 years? Aditya is 9 years old and he don't know what a CD is. He don't know what a CD is. I tell him, I was telling him, I said, Aditya, you know I made some CDs when I was, a few years ago I made some. He said, Panditji, what's a CD? I'm like, wow. CD is out of style. Long out of style. YouTube and Apple, Spotify, and iMusic, Apple Music, and Apple. Anyway, Spotify. Kids know a CD these days. It's out. Now, when you go and you hear Gayatri Mantra and so playing there, you think it sounds nice. It does sound nice. My Guruji has told me, Raghavacharya has told me, that Gayatri Japam, when you're doing Gayatri Japam, your teeth should not be shown. Your teeth should not be shown. So if you have that problem, not a problem. Because what is the purpose of Japam? Japam is not for the body. Japam is for the Atma, the soul. So, Uttamam Manasam Japyam Paschaivam Madhyamam. That is why on Shivratri night, every time we do it, I always tell people this. I am going to do the Japam, you be quiet. So they will usually take their mala, I will go, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah, because somebody has to lead, but everybody else is going to be quiet, and they're just counting with the beads and going in their mind like this. Because it is the most effective way of doing Japam, Mahashiv Puran. What is the second best? Uttamam Manasam Japyam Pamsu Chaivata Madhyamam. Madhyamam means below, middle, huh? And the mental recitation is indeed the best of all Japam, in which the lips move, but the teeth is not shown. Then the Upamsu Japa is a lion voice. Lion voice. Om Namah Shivaya. It sounds nice and powerful and vibrating, right? It's good for when you're leading a congregation, but the congregation is quiet, right? There's no need if you're sitting at your altar 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. The Lord probably knows. Imagine, Om Namah Shivaya, sit down there and you wake up the whole house. Understand? The Lord said, quiet down. So that is the mediocre. While the verbal Japam is the lowest of the qualities. You will get benefits from it. Please don't misunderstand me. You will get benefits. The Japam with Rudra, the presiding deity, is extremely excellent. The one with Vishnu, the presiding deity, is beautiful as well. Om Namah Shivaya is used. Matrimna yadduchani cha swastirye swastita padakshare mantramucharaye dacha vachikoyam japa smrita. And when it is done, there are places where it is done. Where it is done. The Japam is done with a rosary. Angushte bina japyam kritam tat phalam Japam. It is performed with a rosary sometimes. Some people chant without it, no problem. It becomes very beneficial. It bears fruits in your life. When it is done in the house, it is an ordinary one. So if you do Japam in your house, it brings you house results, right? Now, how many of you want to spend a vacation in your house, right? You want to, no matter how much you love your house, you want to get away and enjoy a little scenery, a week, 2 week, 3 week, whatever it is, right? When you do Japam in the house, because you're a householder, grihasti, you cook there, you sleep there, everything, it will bring you results, but little bit of results. But do your Japam. Grihe Japam same vidya droshte shata gunam vidu. The one done in the house is an ordinary one. But its merit is multiplied 100 times when performed in a cow pen. You know cow pen? Shatagunam vidu. A goshala or a cow pen. Back home we have cow pen where cows are. If you don't like cow dung, you can't go to a cow pen. But cow dung is very pure, right? When it's done in a cow pen, it multiplies by 100 times. Imagine you sit down in a cow pen and you chant Om Namah Shivaya, somebody will laugh at you. You know when Bhagwan Krishna took avatar, where his Namkaran Sanskar was done? His Namkaran Sanskar was done in a cow pen. The sages took him in a cow pen, very pure place, no contamination there. Of course, where cows are respected, not where they're beaten, right? Where they're respected. That's a whole different thing. But in a cow pen, cow shed, if you go to a place in Chennai, where, what's the name Chennai? Kapaleshwar Mandir. It's in a beautiful place called in Chennai, Kapaleshwar Mandir. Right beside there, shopping place and so. Kapaleshwar Mandir, the back there is a beautiful Goshala after you take darshan of Shiv. What happens? That is a temple, by the way, Kapaleshwar temple, where Mata Parvati became a peacock and she worshipped Bhagwan Shiv. A lot of people went there who were here today. You went there and you come out. Chennai, Kapaleshwar temple. Beautiful, nice and powerful. Parvati Mata is worshipped, Shiv Bhagwan is worshipped there. All the the South Indian sages and so are there. And at the back, you go in the cow shed, the Goshala, and you do Om Namah Shivaya Japam. Very beautiful. It multiplies by 100 times. And then it multiplies by 100,000 times when it's performed in an auspicious forest like Naimisharanya and so. In the case where Japam is performed over a mountain of auspicious nature, its merit is enhanced 10,000 times. But in the case over the bank of a river, it is multiplied by 100 lakh times. But listen to this. Koti deva layo prahur anantam avasatridho surya yagyam guru rahur durya deepyasya chalasya chaha. In a devalaya, this is a devalaya or shivalaya, in a temple, right? If you do japam in a temple, the merit multiplies to a crore. Crore is 10 lakh, no? A million. It is multiplied by 1 crore times when the same is performed in a Shiva temple. Then it multiplies to unlimited times in the Shiva temple. So imagine when you chant Om Namah Shivaya in your mind here, what happens? This is why temples were created. Your home is your mandir, yes, but this is why temples were created. To enhance the experience of devotion, to enhance bhakti in your life. My friends, that is japam. It is talked about where it is done and the purpose of it and all that. Now, my friends, Bhagwan Shivji is narrating this beautiful Shiv Puran, and he talks about japam. Please do japam very often, get a mala, or even sit quietly and do japam. Japam leads to good conduct. What is good conduct? Achara paramo dharma, achara paramam dhanam, acharya parama vidya, achara parama gati. Acharahina purusho loke bhavati ninditaha, paratracha sukhina satyamastadachara bhet. Japam leads to good conduct because when the Atma, when the soul is fueled by God, what happens? It gives you good conduct in life. Good conduct is the greatest virtue in our lifetime. Achara paramo dharma. Good conduct, very important, people. You know, I know life is about my life and this is your life and things like that. I don't want to be critical over people's values and how they live their life. There was a time, I have always said this in this temple, when elders, pandits, the religious leaders of a village or a place, they were the ones who help to foster, to help the children grow in their values. Whether we were a Hindu or not, when you see an imam on the road, a pastor on the road, or a panditji on the road, you're straight. No matter how bent up you are, you when you see them, you're straight. Good morning, Namaste Ram, Ram. We only know that back then. We don't know Namaste and things. Sita Ram, Ram. We respected them. The villagers look up to them for guidance. There was nothing like my life then. There was the parents, however they decided to raise you, that is how you were raised. Things have changed a little bit. I don't know if it's for good or bad. But is the world really a better place than it was 20 years ago? I was here 20 years ago. I was an adult 20 years ago. I do not think so. But please understand, good conduct, achara paramo dharma. Good conduct is the greatest value. It is the greatest wealth. Achara paramam dhanam. Good conduct is the greatest wealth. We can have lots of material wealth, but if you don't carry yourself properly, boy children, girl children, carry yourself properly. I mean a lot of things. Dress properly. Dress well. There is nothing wrong in wearing cotton, but wear it well, right? Wear it decently. There is nothing wrong in dressing decently. There is nothing wrong in doing the right things. People got by very well in dressing decently. Carry yourself with character, with dignity and pride. These are basic things that help us advance in life, my friends. Acha paramo dharma, achara paramam dhanam. The greatest wealth is good conduct. And it is said as well, it's a supreme goal. A person who does not possess good conduct is denounced. He cannot enjoy happiness in the other world as well. Therefore, do good conduct. Carry yourself well in life. And this starts with simple things like japam. And now Bhagwan Shivji talks about Satyam in this beautiful What is Satyam? Satyam Shivam Sundaram 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 Ishwar Satya hai Satya hi Shiv hai Shiv hi Sundar hai Satyam Shivam Sundaram 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 Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Maharishi Puran talks about Satyam, that we must live a life of truthfulness. Kya hai Satya? Satyamevam param brahma Satyameva param tapaha Satyameva paro yajna Satyameva param shrutam. The words are so great here, my friends. Truth is the supreme Brahman. Brahman kya hai? Bhagwan. Brahman is a form beyond, well, it's not a form. Brahman is beyond the form. When we talk about Brahman, it is beyond Shiva, beyond Vishnu, beyond Lakshmi Durga. Brahman is beyond that. It is that which creates forms into what we can worship here. Satyameva Param Brahma. Satyam is the supreme Brahman. For our purpose, Satyam is the supreme God. Satyam is the supreme Bhagavan. Maharishi Puran says when you speak the truth, you are adoring God virtually. You know, like you virtually listen to Katha and you virtually participate. When you speak truth, your words of truth are the flowers that adore the feet of Bhagavan. When you speak the truth. Satyameva Parabrahma Satyameva Param Tapa. And truth is the supreme tapa. Tapasya is practices. We're going to talk about that just now. But speaking the truth is the highest tapasya you can do, is the highest fasting you can do. Bhagavad Mahapuran. Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yoni Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyamrita Satyanetram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapadhe. Vyasi Bhagavan bows to Krishna, to Narayan in the form of Satya. Satya vratam param trisatyam. A lot of us are doing vrat to Bhagwan Shivji, but the highest of vrat that we can do to the Lord is to speak the truth. Is to speak the truth. My boss called me this afternoon at 4:30. He's called me at 4:30. I have it a Friday that I've never had in a long time. Tired? I'm sure you're seeing some of it, but maybe 2 hours of sleep because we left here late. And I had one of those days, one of those days you sit down, 8:30 on a chair, don't get up back till 5 o'clock in the afternoon because it's Friday. Everybody wants to finish off a short week. My boss called, I finished my work, and boss called me at 4:30. I said, Greg, I've signed off. I am done. He said, but it's not 5 o'clock yet, Hardat. I says, I can tell you something else at wherever, but I'm done. I can't go on. We'll talk about this Monday. And he said, no problem. Very reasonable guy. When you speak the truth, people respect you. People respect you. Don't make a lot of excuses, but talk the truth, right? And people see the genuine, they feel the genuineness in what you have to do. Satya Paramo Brahma, Satya Paramam Tapa. I'm giving so much to Bhagwan Mahadev, starving yourself, doing so much sadhana, and you're going to tell lies? It washes away all of that. Satyameva Paro Yagya. The highest yagya you can do is Satya. Shiva Puran Yagya, Ramayana Yagya, Gyan Yagya, this Yagya. Satya is the greatest yagya you can do. And Satyameva Param Shrutam. Satya is Param Shrutam. Shruta, the scriptures. Is the best scripture you can have and recite in your life by speaking Satya. Truth is something that when spoken, my friends, it may embarrass you and it may put you in a situation that is uncomfortable. But please know that is the only uncomfortable situation you're going to have. After that, you're good. De Satya barabar tap nahi, jhoot barabar paap, jaake hriday satya hai, vaake hriday aap. There is no other dharma greater than truth, and there is no sin worse than lie. Jaake hriday satya hai, vaake hriday aap. In the heart of those who speak the truth, the Lord will always guide you. The Lord will always guide you. Never ever be afraid to speak the truth. Lekin satyam bhruyat, priyam bhruyat, na bhruyat satyam apriya. So a lot of young people watch our program as well, and in the temple here today. Always remember, this is Manusmriti. Manusmriti, the code of the Hindu book, tells us Satyam Bhruyat, Priyam Bhruyat. Speak the truth, but speak the truth with love. Speak it nicely. Na Bhruyat Satyam Apriya. If you have to speak the truth in a hurtful way, don't speak. He doesn't say speak the lie. He said don't speak. Because hurting people, that is not the purpose of Satya. Hurting people, you know what people say, the truth hurts? The truth doesn't hurt, right? The truth doesn't hurt, it's how you say it, right? It's how you say it. So Satyam Bhruyat, Priyam Bhruyat. If you're going to speak the truth, speak it nicely. You can't control what happened to people most of the times, but come on. I think that we know when we are saying something to hurt somebody and when we are saying something to help somebody. We are all grown-ups here, and young people even know that. You can say the truth to hurt people, and the same truth you can say to help them. But speak it sweetly. And then what happens? Bhagwan speaks about tapasya now. He says, truth is the greatest tapasya. Tapo yagyasya punyam cha devarshi pitra pujane apo vidya cha te sarve satya satye pratishtitam. The penance, yagya, God, rishis, adoration of the ancestors, water and the knowledge is enshrined. Everything, the sari shrishti is enshrined in this truth. Truth is tapasya. Truth is everything. And what happens now? Bhagwan, Mahadev, in the Shiva Puran, so many beautiful stories are there, but one of them that really moves me the most about tapasya is the story of Arjuna. Is the story of Arjuna, because my friends, Arjuna is known to be associated with Krishna. We all know that, right? We all know that Bhagwan Krishna and Arjuna, they have a very, very close relationship. So what happens now? Arjuna, in the Mahabharata and that beautiful text. You know about the Pandavas when they were exiled. Lots of things happened. I want to go deep into it. Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, the eldest of the brother, play the dice game. And Shakuni, the evil uncle of the Kauravas, he tricked Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, won everything from him, including himself. And after that, they were exiled to the forest. When they were exiled to the forest, they just did not go to the forest and kill animals and pick fruits and eat and build a hut and live there. No. They used that time to do tapasya. Vyas Maharaj came, and Vyas Maharaj says, it is time for you to do sadhana. It is time for you to do sadhana. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Vyas Maharaj came and he's praising Bhagavan Bholenath. Everybody looks at him and says, what is this sign? You're coming now to praise Bholenath in front of us? This must be a sign for us to sell something. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Let us sing this beautiful song as we bring Arjuna into our beautiful Katha this evening. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Hey Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Hare Bhole Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Shashishekaram Mundamaleshwaram. Shashishekaram Mundamaleshwaram. Kailash Bihari Kapaleshwaram. Kailash Bihari Kapaleshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Bhole Baba. Pashupati Tripurari Gangadharam. Pashupati Tripurari Gangadharam. Trayambakam Uma Praneshwaram. Trayambakam Uma Praneshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Nilakant Kandar Polokeshwaram. Nilakant Kandar Polokeshwaram. Ashutosham Dharam Bhalchandram Dharam. Ashutosham Dharam Bhalchandram Dharam. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Shambho, Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Jai Shambho Digambar Bhuteshwaram. Oh Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. Jai Jai Shiva Shankar Maheshwaram. बोलो बोलो जय श्री शिव शंकर महेश्वरम, जय जय शिव शंकर महेश्वरम. The Pandavas, they were exiled and they were confused. They did not know what to do. They wanted help. And so what happens? Vyasji came. Vyasji is Vishnu Rupaya. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Vyasji came. And Vyasji saw all of them. They all bowed to Vyasji. Krishna Bhagavan was there as well. Krishna Bhagavan looks at all of them and gives them one advice. Now Krishna was there, and what advice did he give them? Shruyatam Pandavam Shreshtaha Shrutva Kartavyamevahi Madvritantam Vishashena Shivasena Samanvitam. Krishna Bhagavan held Dharmaraj Yudhishthira on his shoulder. And he says, Yudhishthira, I am advising all of you, your brothers, your 4 brothers and you, in order to get rid of sorrows and fear in life, what you're going to do, Shiva Senam Samvittam. Take help by muttering the name of Shivji. They all looked at him. This is Krishna Madhav. We thought you were going to tell us to call your name. He said, no. If I tell you to call my name, you'll think of me as your cousin and whoever it is. Call Shivji's name. Go and do tapasya to him. I myself, he says, Dwarakam cha maya gatva shatrunam vijagijaya. I myself reaching Dwarka in order to overpower my enemies and keeping in view the advice of Upamanyu, the devotee of Shiva. I as well worship Mahadev Bhagavan. Shiva Puran is written. I as well worship Mahadev Bhagavan. It doesn't mean he's weaker or he's lower. It means he worshipped Mahadev. Ishtan kamandamandabhyam vishwashashva swayam stitaha tat prabhavan maya sarva syamartha labdhamottamam. And Mahadev, he fulfilled all my desires. Ishtan kaman nadahanya. He fulfilled all my desires. With his influence, I have the best of Shaktis today. Let us not forget that the Sudarshan Chakra that Vishnu Bhagavan carries, that is given to him by who? Mahadev Bhagavan. It's a song that I learned when I was in high school, taught to us by the Arya Samaj group there. Dharm ko duniya boli, dharm ko duniya bholi, aur paap ka hai zor. Dharm ko duniya bholi, aur paap ka hai zor. चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. हे चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. हे युगेश्वर जग के तुम ही हाथ जोर. चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. हे चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. डगमग डोल रही हम सबके नैया, तुम ही हो भगवन नैया के वैया. जगमग डोल रही हम सबके नैया, तुम ही हो भगवन नैया के वैया. फिर भी हाथ जोड़े तुम ही हाथ जोड़. हे चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. धन को दुनिया भूली और पाप का है जोर. चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर अब आजा नंद किशोर. धर्म को दुनिया भूली और पाप का है जोर. When dharma falls and sin rises, na, चक्र सुदर्शन लेकर और आजा नंद किशोर. Narayan Bhagavan will leave the heavens and he will come wherever it is to resuscitate Dharma. That Chakra Sudarshan was given to him by Shivji through his penance. That Shivratri morning, 3 o'clock, if you're awake, we can do that Katha. Krishna Bhagavan says, look, I have one confidence, the confidence of Shiva. and he has blessed me. Ved Vyas came and he's chanting Om Namah Shivaya. Ved Vyas is Vishnu Bhagavan himself. Panchaksharamam japa mantra Shiva prema sapalakula. Everyone went and they bowed to Ved Vyas. Ved Vyasa, in the presence of Krishna, people will bow to Ved Vyas. People bow to Ved Vyas in the presence of Krishna. Why? He is the Guru of Sari Srishti. Sari Srishti ke Guru hai. He is the Guru, the one that gave us the Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas. Yahi hai Ved Vyas. Everyone. And they said to Vyas Ji that we have performed enough tapasyas and given so much charities in life. No? How have we become like this? They asked a very important question. They asked Ved Vyas, Ved Vyas, aapko pranam, pujan, vandana, everything they did. But Ved Vyas, tapascheva susantaptam danami, we have done tapasya and we have given dan in life. How is it that we have gotten to this position? The same question a lot of people have. We do so much prayers, we do so much charity, we do so much pujas, so many things. But how is it that we are experiencing these sorts of things in life? Do you know the closest people of God experience the more troubles in life? You look at it. Who was closest to Ram Bhagwan? Who was closest to Ram Bhagwan? Huh? Superman? Hanumanji. He was closest to Ram Bhagwan, Hanumanji. And who experienced more troubles than Hanumanji? Nobody. Everything he put his foot forward to do, there was some Kalnemi, there was some Sursa, there was some Lankini, there was some Singhika, there was some Ravan, there was some Kunkaran to step in his way, there was some Bharat to shoot him down with a blunt arrow. There was somebody in his way to block his way. But what did he do? Did he go and say, anything I try to do, something is blocking my way? Am I saying the right mantras? Is my pandit doing the right puja? He didn't say all of that. He didn't question his Lord Bhagavan Ram. He went, Ram kaj karive ko atur. Ram kaj karive ko atur. By doing Ram's work, you're going to get the most troubles in this life. Because the Lord wants to make sure you're the right person for the job. No? Devotees are not supposed to be soft and fragile. Because these days, if you're not soft and fragile and speak in a very old voice, you don't have devotion. Those things are not right. The devotee of God are very strong and powerful, yet fragile and soft when the time is come. Time comes for that. Veda Vyas Ji listens to the Pandavas complaining. And they're complaining. By having an audience with you, Veda Vyas, we want to ask you the question. We want to ask you the question, O Vyas Ji. And Vyas Ji listened to them. Huh? Who was another devotee closest to Krishna? Arjuna. The Pandavas, there's nobody closer to him than the Pandavas, but they got sent 14 years in exile, and the bad guys are enjoying the palace. What kind of God do we have? Sending the good guys to the exile and keeping the bad guys to rule the world? I don't know. Well, if you look at movies, it's not how the movies start. When the movie ends, the good guys always win. All of them. That's how it is. Those who tread this path, ये कठिन, बहुत कठिन है. Shiva Puran tells us, very difficult, because it's not supposed to be easy. Now what happened? Vyasji says, Hey Pandavascheva yuyam ve na kashtam kartumahyayam dhanyastha kriti krityastha satyam neva vilopitam. Hey Pandav Putra, don't feel too much pain in your heart that you are the only ones going through this pain. You are graceful and you're successful in life, but you have not deserted the path of truth. You still have strength in you. Sujananam swabhavoyam pranatepi sushobhana dharmatva janti nevatra satyam sapala bhajanam. It is okay to have doubts. Pandavas, it is okay to have doubts, but it is never okay to desert, to discard of your dharma. It is never good to discard of truth. My friends, never ever. Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, if you read the Mahabharata, or if you look at the Mahabharata, by the way, I strongly urge you to look at the Mahabharata. They made it extremely close to the book. When I say to the T or to the dot or whatever you call them, that's how they made it. I was very impressed with it. The children were little when we saw it, and we can watch it all over back again. Sometimes you watch it, we start watching 6 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the morning, we're still watching it on a weekend. No? Because it is so addictive. It is beautiful. One of the things, if you read the Mahabharata as well, you have about 12 volumes of the Mahabharata. The best thing for householder people, just look at the video. Guys like me go worry about reading the book. You know what happened? Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, you'll see him. He held on to truth. He held on to dharma. And because of that, they abused him. They said that he will never discard his dharma, so they abused him and abused him and abused him. But you know why the Pandavas were victorious? You know why? They never let go of dharma, they never let go of truth, satya, and they never let go of Bhagavan. These three things they never let go of. Dharma, satya, and Bhagavan. To all our lovely people who are here today, and so many watching on social media, Facebook and YouTube, please understand, you can discard of a lot of things in life. You can discard of people in life. It's no problem. You don't have to like everybody in life. You don't have to love everybody in life, as long as you don't hate anybody. But never discard of three things: Satya, Dharma, and your Bhagavan. It is okay to complain a little bit and to lose a little hope and so on, but never discard. Because when you've discarded of them, then what happens? You have discard of all your future ambitions that you have. Sajjananam swabhaveyam pranatepi sushobhana dharmatyajanti nevatya saptam sapala bhajanam. Vyasji Maharaj says, complain. But what you have never done, you have never discarded your dharma and your truth. For us, people like you as well, as they say, like Duryodhana and others are equal, but still one has to favor the truth. The Lord will favor the truth. Krishna was right there. The blind Rituraj, overpowered with greed, discarding dharma, has absurd your kingdom. Well, now whatever has been done and cannot be removed. This is the advice of Shiva Puran. Whatever has been done has been done. Whoever lied about you, lied to you, crossed your path, did wrong to you, it is done. Whoever said bad things, because I'm referring to these things because these are the things that upset us in life. These are the things that upset in life. People say bad things about you and things, it must upset you. It has to. If not, you're not who you are. Vyasji says, Ataparam cha yajjatam. Whatever has been done and cannot be removed. You can't go and correct that. What is important is Duryodhana, he is a wicked guy, and you must understand this and look out, but never discard. Vyasji said to all of them, the pain you are going through, O Pandavas, there is no one who have ever not gone through this pain. Mad dukha swadikam dukham jatam tasya mahatapa. This is the shloka. Vyas said that in earlier times, and even now, people have always suffered. They have complained. You are not the only one going through pain, my friends. I'm sure many whoever sitting here watching whatever it is, we have something that is going on that is unpleasant in our life. Something that you think the world has been so unfair to you about, or God has been so unfair to you about. It is okay to have those emotions, but as long as they are short-lived, right? As long as they're short-lived. Many times I stand in front of Bholinath Bhagavan and I say, why are you doing this to me? And many times he has to remind myself that he has done nothing to me. I have done it for myself. Pains are short-lived. Pains and sorrows and depressions and everything, they are short-lived. Bhavadda dukam swadikam dukam jatam tasya mahatmana. Na? There have been many kings in the past. Vyasji referred to Rajantu Nanalalamo, Nal, Nila, great kings in the past. They faced the same tragedy as you face today, Pandavas. They faced it. So don't feel that you are very extra special to be receiving this kind of treatment. The world has not given you anything that you don't deserve. The world has never given us anything that we don't deserve. This may be condescending to a lot of us. It may be condescending to a lot of us. Panditji, you know, I'm experiencing some pain. You're telling me I deserve this. Who deserves it? That fact we know. I don't want to press on that. But he says, the Lord will never give you something that you don't deserve. He mentions, Harishchandrascha nirpator jata dukkham mahatat param. The king Harishchandra too had faced enormous miseries. Harishchandra was a great tapaswa king. But he faced so much miseries in his life, which are beyond the description, hearing which others feel painful. Dukham tathaiva vigyetam ramasyatma pandava yachutva sriyanaram cha bhavena mohe matpara. O Pandavas, similar types of misfortune had to be faced by Rama himself. Vyasji gives a beautiful example. Dukham thaiva vigyetam ramasya patya pandava. He says if you look at Ram, his whole life is a disaster. Adav Rama tapo idamagamayam hatva mriga kanchayam vaidehi haranam jatayumagnam sugriva sambhashanam. He just got married, supposed to be crown king. We talked about this many times now. Then he got sent away to the forest. Dharma Patni stolen from him. He had no friends. He had to build friendship with bears and monkeys. Built up a nice Tamil army. Went to Sri Lanka. Fought Ravan. Came back. And after all that, he brought Sita Devi to Ayodhya. And a nobody, a washerman, a dhobi, who used to wash the clothes of the ordinary people in the streets, stood up to Ram and says, Aapki patni pavitra hai? Your wife is pure? How can she be pure when she was with Ravan for so long time? Ramji Bhagwan, being the leader, sent Mata Sita back. What kind of a life is that? Vyasji is saying. But you know what he never did, Vyasji says? Vyasji explains to the Pandavas. He lost everything, his kingdom, his father. Ramji, don't think we have gone through pains, my friends. Ramji's father died and he could not go perform that Shrad in Ayodhya. COVID is telling us so many things. You know, people are dying all over the place. We cannot go to do funeral, to do Shrad. We got to see the funeral through a screen. No? We are going through pains, but look at Ram Bhagwan. He could not go to do the funeral ceremony, the Shrad of his father. Vyasji is giving counseling to the Pandavas. There's a saying in our scriptures, when somebody is going through pain, you can give them two things. One of two things. You can give them solace, or you can give them a solution. Solace will last for a little bit. You know, it's okay, bear your pain, all we gotta go through this and everything. But you have to give them a solution as well. Vyasji is giving them a solution here. Think about Rama when you go through pain. You have experienced nothing. Your 5 brothers living here, you got your wife. His wife is gone. But he never wavered from the path of his dharma. He never gave up Satya. Ramji Bhagwan, when he lost Sita Mata, he could have settled for a local solution. No? Oh, Sita, one girl? There's a sea of girls out there. I go get anybody. I'm Ram, Dhanush Dhari, Sarva Sresht. No? Dhanush Dhari, Nilam Bhuja Shamala Komalangam. But who wouldn't want a man like that to build an army and to go fight for his beloved? Right? That is Ram Bhagwan. That is why today he is called the Purushottam, the highest order of man who lived on this earth. Vyasji says, listen all of you, I have counseled you enough. Now I want you, Arjuna, I want all of you to go do penance. He sent Bhim to go do penance for Hanumanji. Dharmaraj Yudhishthir to his Dharmaraj and all that. And we're not focused on that, but he sends Arjuna to do penance to Bhagavan Mahadev. To do penance to Bhagavan Mahadev. Arjuna goes now and he leaves his brother. They didn't go all by themselves. And what is he going to do, my friends? He's going to do now. Pooch rahi dharti ambar par. One more. पूछ रही धरती अंबर पर, पूछ रही कन कन से, कहा हो मेरे भोलेनाथ की धुंध रही हूँ कब से, मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो। पूछ रही धरती अंबर पर, पूछ रही कन कन से, पूछ रही धरती अंबर पर, पूछ रही कन कन से, हो कहा हो मेरे भोलेनाथ की धुंध रही हूँ कब से, मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो। भोलेनाथ भगवान की जय हो। इस जीवन की तुम ही विधाता और न कोई दूजा, श्रद्धा भाव की करती हूँ मैं सदा तुम्हारी पूजा। इस जीवन की तुम ही विधाता और न कोई दूजा, श्रद्धा भाव से करती हूँ मैं सदा तुम्हारी पूजा। दर्शन की प्यासी अखियों को अपना दर्श दिखावो, हर दर्शन की प्यासी अखियाँ को अपना दर्श दिखा दो। मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो। जन्म मिला जब से धरती पर, कब से मिलन की ठानी, तुम हो मेरे शिव शंकर की, मैं हूँ भक्त तुम्हारी। जन्म मिला जब से धरती पर, कब से मिलन की ठानी, तुम हो मेरे शिव शंकर की, मैं हूँ भक्त तुम्हारी। अब तो आओ मेरे स्वामी आज मुझे अपना लो, अरे अब तो आओ मेरे स्वामी आज मुझे अपना लो। मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो। पूछ रही धरती अंबर से, पूछ रही कन कन से, पूछ रही धरती अंबर पर, पूछ रही कन कन से। और कहा हो मेरे भोलेनाथ की, कहा हो मेरे विश्वनाथ की, कहा हो मेरे रामेश्वर की, धुंध रही हो कब से, मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शिव जी तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, मेरे शंकर तुम कहा हो, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो। तुम कहा हो बोले। Arjuna went, and just like we are searching for our beloved in life, मेरे भोले तुम कहा हो, he's searching for Mahadev. Arjuna is going to do some kathin tapasya. Kathin means difficult. Kathin means beyond. One of the beautiful teachings our Guruji has given us is that the path of devotion is already difficult. So what you have to do? Make it even more difficult by doing kathin tapasya. You know what he did? He didn't sit down on a sponge or a sheet or a tree or the ground. Arjuna was sarvasresh dhanurdhari. he built a bed of arrows with the tip pointing upward like this. So imagine a whole bed of arrow with the tip pointing upward like this. This is how the Mahabharata describes it, and this is exactly how they portrayed it in the show. That's why I tell you to watch it. Give up them Indian serial for a little bit and watch the Mahabharata. I don't know where you can have it though. I have a copy, but I only have one copy in DVD. I don't know if people have DVD players and things these days. But you have one? DVD player? Very good. It's beautiful. The Mahabharata described, he stood on the bed of arrows with 1 foot. He stood on the bed of arrows with 1 foot. And he put his hands in the air, like this, and he's chanting, Om Namah Shivaya. This is Kathin Tapasya, bhai. This is not comfort in Tapasya. We get cheer and so, hey. You know, Shivaratri night, I know what will happen because people have become so comfortable 2 years sitting on a chair. I don't know how we can sit on the ground. It's going to be a little difficult, but it's going to be nice because come on out, let's spend Shivaratri together. He stood 1 foot on a bed of arrows and he's chanting, Om Namah Shivaya. He built an idol of the Lord with mud. And he's chanting, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. What happens now? When he's doing this chanting, the energies were so high, intense, right? So high, so intense, that Duryodhan caught wind of it, that he's doing such tapasya. Duryodhan, of course, is the evil cousin who had no good intent in him. And so what happens? Duryodhan now wants to distract the penance or disturb the penance of Arjuna. Because if he does this penance, it means if he wins the confidence of Shivji, the Kauravas there vanished. Mahadev Bhagavan, when you win his confidence, remember Lingashtakam, all the things we talked about last night. When he is on your side, you don't need anybody else. You don't need anyone else, Mahadev Bhagavan. He's put all of us to test. He's put all of us to test. And there's only one outcome when he is on your side. And it's not about winning and losing, but that outcome, my friends, is very gratifying when he's on your side. He begins his penance, and so what happens? Duryodhan heard, and he wants to go break the penance of Arjuna. Just like when we start a fasting or so, you're tempted in so many ways. Tempted in so many ways. When we used to go into work and you're doing this kind of fasting, imagine if you have a workshop one day, like a 4-hour, 5-hour workshop, or 1-hour workshop, they provide hot pizza, the people open up the thing, smoke will come open them so. Smoke will come open the pizza. Smoking pizza, and you have to sit down there and you're doing Kathin Tapasya, boy. Kathin Tapasya. And people go ask you, why are you not eating? You have to make up some kind of excuse. Well, my excuse is I'm on a fasting. And then they want to know if you get heart problem and this problem and that. No, I'm just fasting. I'm doing a religious fasting. Right? Yeah, smoking pizza there. And you have to sit and you have to go through that. But nothing beat the one when you're going down in the elevator. You're doing your fasting now. You haven't eaten for 30, 40 days because you're long-term fasting. And then there's one person in the elevator. It's like 12:30, 1 o'clock, maybe lunchtime past, 1:30. I remember this so clearly. I was working at TD at that time. And there's this friend of mine in the elevator. It's like 1:30. He looks so disturbed. And I'm saying, why? What's your problem, man? You look so disturbed. He says, Hardat, I'm starving. I didn't eat since 10 o'clock this morning. Since 10 o'clock this morning, I didn't eat, and that was 1:30. I said, why, if you only know what starving is. You know, people come to humor you in many ways, but then you know, you have to go with the flow. So he comes now. There's going to be a distraction in the penance here. Arjuna is like this. He's doing the penance. Duryodhana, now he sends a boar. No? He sends a boar. He sends a boar. And when the intent of the boar is to destroy Arjuna. Not only to distract him, but to destroy him. Huge boar. Arjuna is in the midst of the penance. Of course, he's not going to let the boar eat him out or do whatever boars do. But when the boar came, Arjuna looked at the boar. And what happens? Etasmin taro daityo bhakta nama gathastada Saukaram rupamatasta prapitascha duratmana. The demon was sent, he was in the form of a boar to distract the penance. Duryodhana is described here as many, many not so pleasant names. Anyone who wants to destroy the penance or the goodness of people's lives, there's nothing good happening for you. But if you want to elevate people, help them in some way, there's a lot good happening for you. Shiva Puran tells us a little secret. This is a little secret, I'm going to share it with you. How do you know if you're a good person or you're a bad person? Because in all our minds, in all our own minds, we're all good people, right? But there's a test. There's a test to know whether you're good or bad. There's a very simple test. When something good happened to somebody, and it's not anybody, somebody who you're close with. Right? This is Mahashiva Puran. When something good happened to somebody and you're happy about it, you're excited about it, you're dripping in ecstasy about it, then you're a good person. Trust me. It is in our scriptures all over the place. You want to test because we all say he's a proper good man, a proper good woman. I'm a very good person. I would never do that to you. The mouth can say anything the mouth wants to say. But the test is when something good happened to someone and you're just excited, not, the type of excitement, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Not that one. That's the one with the mouth is saying. But when the heart is not racing out of pain and anxiety, right? When you're genuinely happy for somebody because they're doing well and they've got a promotion, you're sitting by the guy, the cubicle to the next person, and you and them are doing the same work all the time, and now he gets a great promotion and you're happy for them. I mean, why don't you? Maybe you deserve it or not, just be happy. Because what's the alternative, right? That is a test. When you're happy for somebody who is elevating in life, you're genuinely happy, you're a good person. Don't wait for people to tell you that you're a good person. This is the test. The other thing is, if the good thing happened to somebody and then you fall into this depressing mode, you're angry about their expansion of life, their elevation of life, their gains, their successes, their all these things, what happens when you're painful about it and there's nothing good happening for you. There is nothing good happening. That is a test to know if you are a good person and you're a bad person. Public display of something. We all can feed a couple of people here and there. Continue to do that. We can all buy clothes for a couple of people here and there. We continue to do that. Those are good things. It does not make you a good person. You are the only one who have the test to know if you're a good person or if you're not a good person. You are the only one. Duryodhana here, is he the good guy? He's doing nothing. He's continuing to corrupt the world. And Arjuna is ascending through Mahadev's tapasya. Tapabalam, Parvati Mata talks about tapabal, the power of tapasya. Arjuna is elevating in life. Duryodhana feels jealous. And so he sends the boar. But what happens? This is my favorite part of the story. Arjuna looks into the eye of the boar. He looks right into the eyes of the boar. And what happens? Arjuna thought, who is this one? Having arrived, na koyam va kuta ayati krura karmacha dashyate. Who is this one here who arrived with the intention of violence? He has a lot of intent to hurt me. Now, how would Arjuna know that? That the intent of this boar was to hurt him. There's another secret. I've told you this so many times, but we like to go Tedal, which is good. Surely he has arrived to kill me. How would Arjuna know that the boar arrived to kill him? Mahashiva Puran says, Yasmin dashte praside stvam manasahit krudruvam Yasmin dashte tadeva syad phalam shatruveva saha. How does this happen? How does Arjuna know this? The one by meeting whom the mind feels delighted, he would be a friend. The one, when you meet that person and your mind is just delighted, that person is a friend. This is a self-test as well. We don't have to go to a lot of places to learn about these things. It's right here in the Purana. You meet somebody and you're just joyful about meeting them. When you think about meeting them alone, you know, I've come to the temple here, no matter what kind of day I had, it was a really horrible day. You know it's a horrible day when my wife has to press my dhoti and kurta. When Sita has to press my dhoti and kurta, which is like, you know, not so often, that is a horrible day. It means, because I love to do that. That is something that I've never given since I was a child. I've never given the privilege of my mother, my sisters, or anybody to do. My school clothes, my working clothes, my dhoti and kurta. Always, 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 I love to press it. I've spoken publicly about that. It's something I take joy in doing. Why? Because it's one of those times when you're by yourself. Nobody's with you. And you're just pressing, your mind is at ease. For me, it's such a nice thing. I don't know if there's any science in it. Maybe psychology, there's some kind of thing. You don't give it a name, because psychology, there's a name for everything. If you wake up one morning, you forget your name, you get some disease. There's a book for everything. If you forgot your key inside, you suffer from some forgetfulness thing. I don't know. But I just take a lot of pleasure doing that. And today was one of the days when she had to press the kurta and the dhoti. And when that happens, you know that you're drained. There is nothing I can do about it. It doesn't happen very often. Right? But I look forward. When I left home, I look forward. I'm like, I'm going to see Auntie Kamal. Auntie Kamal, you don't know this. But when I come to Mandara and say, I'm going to see Auntie Kamal, it's a joyful feeling. It's a very joyful feeling. I know Tyler is going to play tabla. Very joyful. Sabrina texted me she's coming today. I felt great. I know many of the kids were going to come in. When I came in, I see Avani, I haven't seen her for a long time. I felt great. I saw Arjuna and Avin. I felt amazing because the whole team is here. Right? And then after all of that, to top it off, Suraj walked in. Suraj walked in. I'm like, it couldn't be a better day. Right? It couldn't be a better day. You know? So what happens? When you're going to meet someone, Shiva Puran says, and your mind is excited about it, then what happens? Know that that's a friend, that's an experience, that's a good person. Right? That's a good person. Now, it does not mean that anybody whose name I didn't call, I'm just close to these people, I take liberty in calling their names, and that's how it is. But all of you when people are in the temple in general, you see people, it's a good feeling. It's a very, very good feeling. Right? What happens? Arjuna says, the one by meeting whom the mind feels delighted, he would be a friend. And the one by whom meeting the mind feels painful, he's taken to be an enemy. And this boar here, my mind is very fragile with him right now. There's nothing going on with him. He further says, Achara kulamakyani vapurakyati bhojanam vachanam srutamakyati snehamakyati lochanam. Acharo kulamakyati. The conduct reveals the family. The conduct of a person reveals their family values. We talked about conduct earlier. How they conduct themselves, how they walk, how they speak, how they dress, how they sit. It reflects their family. Acharama kulama, kul means lineage. Kulama khyati. What else? Pura khyati bhojanam. The body reveals the diet. The behavior reveals the family, and the body reveals the diet. Na? Vachanam shrutamakyati. The speech reveals the extent of learning. The speech represents the extent of learning. You meet somebody, sometimes the first thing that comes out of their mouth, you know right away how learned they are and how learned they not are. Na? Vachanam shrutamakyani snehamakyati lochanam. And the eyes of the person, when you look into the eyes of person, it indicates the level of affection. And this is what Arjuna is getting to. Arjuna is not just a man who is shooting our own bow, you know. No. This is the student, by the way, of the Mahaguru. Who's Arjuna Guru? Huh? Dronacharya. Guru Drona is a Brahmana, but he taught Arjuna. He was very special guru. He's a Brahmana, but he learned the master of archery, and he taught Arjuna Veda, and he taught Arjuna, fighting and so on. Arjuna is no ordinary person. Dronacharya called Arjuna, all of them, Bhima, Duryodhana, when they were in Guru Pachala once. And he said, all of you, I want you to take the arrow, and I want you to aim, and I want you to shoot that bird in the eye. It was a wood bird, not a real bird. Dronacharya is going to test now this. He called Bhim. Bhim says, Dronacharya says, aim at the eye of the bird. I want you to aim at the eye of the bird. Bhim, look at this. You know Bhim likes to eat, right? And the bird was on a tree. Guru said, what do you see? Here Bhim, Guruji, I see the tree full of fruits. Oh, they are so delicious. They are ripe. Can I have some? Guruji said, you go sit down. He called Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, the eldest, Dharmaraj, the man of rules. He said, Yudhishthir, aim at the eye of the bird. He aimed. He said, tell me what you see. Dharmaraj Yudhishthir says, wow, this world is so vast. This expansion of the universe. He talks about the growth of the trees and nature. Guruji said, go aside. He calls the twins, Nakul and Sahadev. He says, aim at the eye of the bird and hit it. They aimed. They said, what do you see? Both the twins were medicine. They were Nakul and Sahadev. They were given by the Ashwini. They look and they says, Guruji, I see the tree filled with leaves that can be used as herbs to treat people. Guru said, none of them could do. So he called Arjuna now. He said, Arjuna, come. Aim at the eye of the bird. Arjuna, aim at the eye of the bird. The Guruji says, tell me what you see. Arjuna says, Guruji, I see the eye of the bird. He said, no, aim again. Tell me what you see. He said, no, I see the eye of the bird. You don't see the tree? No. You don't see the fruits? No. You don't see the vast expansion of the universe? No. What do you see? I see the eye of the bird. That is called focus, and that is called attention. And when Dronacharya saw that in Arjuna, he says, boy, you are the one that is going to change, that's going to help resuscitate Dharma. Arjuna is not just a warrior. Arjuna looked now, come back to present day. He looked into the eyes of the boar and he says, what did he say? The conduct reveals the family, the body reveals the diet, the mode of speech reveals the extent of learning, and the eyes indicate the level of affection. The concealed mind is revealed by the general appearance of a person. Your concealed mind, something is going on in your mind, you're in a lot of problems, but you come and it's revealed in the body of the person. Shiva Puran says, Akarena tatagatya. You're in some kind of worrisome state, but you come and you're like so worried, You're in a corner, your head is down, you can't speak. The body reveals the state of mind. It's amazing. The body, something you can see, reveals something that you cannot see. And what else he says? The eyes reveal the intent and the current state of that mind. What he says? Ajwalam surasreshta vakrama vaktaram tatha netra chaturvitam prokta tasya bhavam pratasya cha. The eye is of four sorts. He says when you look at a person's eyes, you can see four expressions of the eyes. Ujwalam surasreshta vakratam yataha netra chaturvidham proktam. Four expressions of the eyes. The resplendent eyes. That's one. Resplendent. The impassioned eye. The squinted eye. Curiosity. Squinted eye. And the ruddy eye. 4 expressions of the eye. No matter what eye we have, big eye, little eye, wrong eye, almond eye, no matter. There are 4 expressions of the eyes. The resplendent, the passion, the squinted, and the ruddy. Right? We said those things, 4 expressions of the eye, reveal the intent of a person. Reveal the intent of an object, even a dog. Sometimes you look at a dog's eye, if you grow up with animals, and you see the condition. We grew up in the villages where cows were everywhere. Cows, cow pens everywhere. Those of you who are from the village, you know, cow pens are everywhere. You know what would happen when somebody died in a village and they have cows? When somebody died in the village, we weren't very happy about it, but we looked forward to go 13 nights to sing at their home every night, kirtan. So we were sort of excited, but not happy. Gotta be careful there. When you go in, if they had cows, you would see the eyes of the cows, water would run from the eyes of the cows. You look at the cow's eyes, we say water settle on the eyes. You know why? The cow is grieving. Ye gau mata hai. The cow is grieving for the departed one, for those. The cow is so close to us. No? Eyes tell everything. Arjuna says, you want to know the health of a person, you look into their eyes. You know if they had a long night, you know if they had a rested night. You look into the eyes of a person, you can see whether they have a flu or not. You go to the doctor, what they do? They open your eye and put a torchlight inside. Right? They want to see. The eye is not big enough, they'll put a torchlight. I don't know, I can never look at that thing. Right? They put a torchlight inside. They want to see in your eyes. We have medical professionals here, they know what I'm talking about. 2 of them are here. First, they look at your eyes. When I go to the hospital, I try to look sick, because if you don't look sick, y'all know the story. If you pay strong, you know, some people say me get strong mind. Now when you go to the hospital, when you go to the hospital, it has to be dramatic. And if the nurses here are laughing because, you know, when you go there, and if you look strong and you feel strong, they'll look at you. But you gotta show like you're in the most pain and everything. Then you get a little bit attention. Anyways, it's a very tough job, and we pray every day for them. Arjuna says, you want to know the health of a person? You look into their eyes. The intent in the eyes. Their feeling, the joyful feeling, the happy feeling. Everything is in their eyes when you look at it, my friends. And he says, when I look into the eye of this boar, I don't see anything pure about him. He has come here to hurt me. He has come here to harm me. And what Arjuna does now, Arjuna jumps off the bed of the arrows and he picks up the arrow. And then he puts the arrow on the bow. But when he does that, one old man came as a big old hunter. He had big matted hair tied up at the top. And he was wearing a tiger skin, long beard, bhasma on his body. He's wearing no clothes. And he comes as a hunter. And there he takes out his arrow. And he says, Putar, chali jao yahan se. He says, son, get out of here. He tells Arjuna to get out of here. Arjuna says, what? Get out of here, this is my opportunity. Arjuna takes the arrow. He shoots the boar. The very old, brittle man who has long beard, he takes out the arrow and he shoots the boar as well. Arjuna says he shoots one arrow, takes out another arrow. He shoots, and every arrow he shot, the old hunter shot as many arrows, twice as many arrows as him. The boar died. Now, at that point in time, you have to go claim your arrow, because you have to claim victory over the animal. Now, when he go pick up his arrow, the old man go and hold up his arrow as well. Arjuna says, no, you didn't kill him, I killed him. The old man says, no, I killed him. I ain't know that thing. They got fight over what it is. And Arjuna became so angry. He went and he took out his arrows. Now, you know what he started to do? He started to shoot at the old man. Long matted hair, no clothes, tiger skin, long beard, snake all over his body. He's shooting at the old man, shooting at the old man. And as he's shooting at the old man, just like you take arrows and you shoot it on the ocean, it gets consumed. And the old man stand up like this, watching Arjuna, waiting for him to be over. Waiting for him to be over. When Arjun took his most powerful arrows and shot him, and nothing happened to him. Arjuna says, no. This cannot be an old man. He ran to the feet of the old man and he says, oh, I do not know who you are, what form you have taken, where you have come from. All I know is that you are no hunter. You are no hunter. You are beyond hunter. And then what happened, my friends? The old man now reveals his form. Shivji. Paschadihascha tatreva shankarupa mudhyamattamam darshayamasa sahasa bhaktavashtalayah shubham. The man revealed himself, and when he revealed himself, Bhagwan Shankar appeared, Shiva Bhagwan appeared in a splendid form. Arjuna looked up. He said, Prabhu, itni katin tapasya humne kiya. I did so much katin tapasya for you, you didn't come. And when I'm shooting you with arrows, then you appeared in front of me, my Lord. What kind of a Lord are you, Prabhu? And Arjuna cried to Mahadev Bhagwan. He held on to the feet. Atharva jotaram gyatva shrutva shiva padambujam. He held on to the feet of the Lord. The Lord started to feel uncomfortable. Arjuna is a very powerful man. Bhagwan Shivji started to feel a very little uncomfortable. Arjuna, let go of my foot. Shankara Uvacha, he stood up him now. Arjuna is shaking out of fear and emotions. He says, Prabhu, I was shooting you with arrows. You could have stopped me. You could have stopped me, Mahadev. You could have stopped me, my Lord. Mahadev Bhagavan says, Arjun, ki he partha pandava shrestha prasanno asmi varam shrinu. Hey Pandu Putra, hey Arjun, son of Pandu, itni prasanna hai hum. I am so very pleased with you. Arjun says, with what, Prabhu? I was shooting at you. He says, no. Praharo stahane haste pujanam manati maya. O Arjun, the foremost among the son of the Pandavas, whatever weapons has been shot by you during the battle were treated by me as the adoration of flowers, Arjun, as the adoration of flowers. What is the message here? When arrows are shot at you, my friends, in the form of many things, words, gossips, whatever it is, if words were boring hole on people, all of us will be rice trainer today. All of us will be rice trainer. Y'all know what rice trainer is? Pasta strainer. Yeah? Arjuna, you know what rice strainer? You don't know? Okay. You know pasta strainer? Where's strain pasta? You get a lot of hole inside. If words were bowling hole, all of us will be rice strainer. Will be a lot of holes in our body. Bhagwan Shivji says, Arjun, when you are shooting those arrows at me, you are my devotee. I love you. I know what your intent is. You were offering me flowers. You were offering me lotus. And the more you were shooting and more powerful they were, I was feeling more pleased. Arjun, my devotee never insults me. I am never offended by the work of my devotee. That's why I pray Bhagwan Shiva, Kara Charana Kritam Vakaya Jam Karma Jamba. Shravana Nayana Jamba Manadumma Paradham Vihitam Avihitam Avasarvameta Kshamaswa Jai Jai Karunabhe Shri Mahadeva Shambhu. Whether we made a mistake knowingly or unknowingly, we ask you for forgiveness, Mahadev. And then Arjun says, Bhagavan Shiva says, I've performed this auspicious task in order to spread your glory among your enemies, O Arjuna, and to stabilize your kingdom. Don't feel painful. Free yourself from the anxiety that you have now. When Arjuna hears this, Arjuna receives a boon from Bhagavan Shiva. Shrunutvam shankatam yascha tattam darshanatmana. Darshanatmana. The danger from the enemy has been subsided by having an audience with you. You kindly do something by which I may be able to achieve success. That is what he said to Bhagavan Mahadev. Give me success. Bhagavan Shiva says, Arjuna, samahatvam maya dattam durjayaswa bhavishyatihi. I see only victory for you. Anena sarva shatruna jayat krishnam avapnahi. This is the great weapon I give you. I give you this great weapon. Anena shatrunam. I give you this Gandiva. It's called the Gandiva. That is the same Gandiva that Arjuna took into the battlefield. Gandiva samsrujati Krishna. Bhagavad Gita says the Gandiva fell from his hands when he felt weakness. Anyways, Lord Shiva gives Arjuna this beautiful, powerful bow. The Lord is the Lord of weapons. It is Shivji who had given Raja Janak this bow. Remember the bow that he gave Raja Janak? Nobody could touch it, nobody could string it. And when Ma Sita was a little baby creeping, Sita went and took her hands and stringed the bow like this, and it made such a powerful noise in the world. Such a powerful noise in the world. That is the bow of Parshuram, Shivji. And Parshuram says, Raja Janak, the only man who is capable of marrying Sita is the man who equals her, the man who can string this bow. And that is why you have that Swayamvar. Nah? Shivaji's bow is very powerful. He gives Arjuna the bow and he says, Arjun, there is no enemy which will be unstoppable for you. I bless you. I bless you. And you know what he says? I as well. Krishnam cha kathayishyapi sahayam te karishyati save matma bhuyascha madbhaktya karyakarakaha. Krishnam cha kathayishyami. Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Shivji holds Arjuna on the shoulder like this, like we say, you know. And he says, I shall speak to Krishna about you. Everybody has to put in a good word for somebody. I shall speak to Krishna about you to help you. He happens to be my soul. Samayame matma bhutascha. He happens to be my soul and is devoted to me. Therefore, he will establish your task and he will grant you victory. And so, my friends, Arjuna gained that victory, blessing of victory from Bhagwan Shivji. Bholenath Bhagavan ki jai, Namah Parvati Pataye, Har 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 Mahadev Shambho. This is the power of tapasya. This is the power of faith. What are the lessons we learned here tonight? We learned about truth, japam, tapam, behavior, all those things. Very importantly, we will all one day fall into some sort of situation where we will feel that God has chosen to punish us and we are the only unfortunate ones. Don't ever think like that. And if you do think like that, reflect on Ramji. Vyasji Maharaj tells the Pandavas, there were others as well who went through punishment in life, but never lose your dharma, never lose satya, and never lose Bhagavan. Never lose your dharma, never lose the truth, never discard of your dharma. When you discard of those three things, you have discarded of the hope of living itself. Bole Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Bhola ko kaise main marna wo re. Last bhajan, and we do Aarti. I want to remind all of you, my friends, I like to appeal to all of you. Shivratri, Mahashivratri is coming up. We've been preparing for this day. I've been preparing this day. Today, 51 days now. And hoping that it will be a blessed night. I'm inviting all of you to come on out on Shivratri. Shivratri morning, we start our puja 5 o'clock. 24-hour puja starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. If you have commitment and want to come, please come out. We'll bathe Shiva and Parvati, we'll dress them up, we'll bathe the lingam, chant the mantras and everything. Or during the day, you can come anytime and do your abhishekam. The mandir will be open all day for you to do abhishekam. And then, of course, in the evening, the first prahar starts at 6 o'clock. And, of course, we go all night. I'm inviting all of you to come. Bring your Rudraksh mala, bring a shawl, and come prepared to sit in devotion for that night. We're going to make it very nice. You don't have to bring any juice. You don't have to bring any coconut water, any cane juice. You don't have to bring any milk from your home. Don't bring anything. Only bring a few prasad, fruits for the Lord. We have everything here for you, milk, juice. The first prahar, you'll offer juice. And the second prahar, you'll offer, every prahar you offer, go in front of Shivji and offer your, prasad and your flowers and the dakshina and thing. But the main things, the first prahar, you're offering your juice alone, not the whole night. We don't want you to spend the night lining up. We want you to spend the night in vibration and chanting, in japam. The second prahar, you do prasadam and so. Third prahar, Bilvapatra, and then fourth prahar, Lotus. And all prahar will give devotion to the Lord as well. Sponsor a prahar, my friends. You can go on our website, bhawanishankarmandir.com/Shivratri. There are 4 prahars. We're asking for a donation of $108, and devotees have been responding well. Please sponsor a prahar. And during the prahar, we call your name in puja to the Lord. And of course, come on out and celebrate with us. We look forward for your support. We look forward for your presence and your friendship that night, your companionship to spend the night in bliss. Let us make up for last year where nobody could be here. It was me alone speaking to a lot of you at home. We want to change that experience this year. Come on out. And we have capacity, as you know. Things have changed quite significantly. As of 12 midnight, Feb 28, which is going to be March 1st, the vaccine mandate will be gone. So a capacity will be full at 100%. You just have to wear a mask and be here. So come on out in abundance and let's celebrate. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re? What can I give to Bholenath? He doesn't want a lot. Bhola ko bhai na laddu ya pera. He doesn't eat a lot of fancy foods. He eats very simple things. Bhola na bhai na hati na ghora. He doesn't ride horse and elephant and thing. He rides the Nandi bull. So let us clap in devotion and excitement to Bholenath Bhagwan. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane. Bhola na mane, mera shankar na mane. Bhola na mane, mera shankar na mane. Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane.
Bhola ko kaise main manavu re, mera bhola na mane.
भोला को भाई ना रेशम का चोला, भोला को भाई ना रेशम का चोला, बागंबर कहाँ से मैं लाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने। बागंबर कहाँ से मैं लाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने। भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने। भोला को
कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने।
भोले भगवान की जय हो। भोला को भाई ना ढोलक मजीरा, भोला को भाई ना बम भोले। भोला को भाई ना ढोलक मजीरा, डमरू कहाँ से मंगवायो रे, मेरा भोला न माने। डमरू कहाँ से मंगवायो रे, मेरा भोला न माने। ओ भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने।
भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं
भोले
रे, मेरा भोला न माने। भोला को भाई ना लड्डू या पेरा, भोला को भाई ना लड्डू बम भोले। भोला को भाई ना लड्डू या पेरा, भोला को भाई ना लड्डू भंगिया कहाँ से मंगवायो रे, मेरा भोला न माने। भंगिया कहाँ से मंगवायो रे, मेरा भोला भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने, भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे,
मेरा भोला न माने।
अरे भोला को भाई वे हाथी वे घोड़ा, भोला को भाई न हाथी वे
घोड़ा,
भोला को भाई न हाथी वे घोड़ा, भोले नंदी कहाँ से मंगवायु रे, मेरा भोला न माने, नंदी कहाँ से मंगवायु रे,
मेरा भोला न माने।
भोला न माने मेरा शंकर न माने,
भोला न माने मेरा शंकर न माने,
भोला न माने मेरा शंकर न माने,
भोला न माने मेरा शंकर न माने।
भोला को भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला न माने, भोला को कैसे मैं मनाऊं रे, मेरा भोला
न माने,
मेरा भोला न माने,
मेरा भोला न माने,
मेरा शंकर न माने,
मेरा भोला न माने,
मेरा शंकर न माने,
भोला न माने,
मेरा भोला न माने। भोलेनाथ भगवान की जय हो। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर 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 महादेव। काल हर कष्ट हर दुख हर। काल हर भगवान, let our devotees be free from fear. Kashta hara, let them be free from troubles. Dukkha hara, let them be free from sorrows. Daridra hara, let them be free from daridra, poverty. Isliye har 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 Mahadev Shambho. Bhagwan's blessings to all of you. See all of you tomorrow evening back again. Well, some of you tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, some 4:30, where we do sadhana. And in the evening tomorrow we'll start puja a little early because we have 3 shrotas, in-house shrotas, families. So we give everybody enough time to do arti and everything, so we don't want to rush anything. We'll start 5 o'clock instead, and then we have beautiful Katha. It's a nice Saturday night. Hope to see all of you tomorrow, and Sunday night as well, Shivji Katha, and of course Monday morning and the usual. No? So I spoke about delight and how my mind is so happy this evening, thinking about I'm going to see all these people, and I didn't even see Anil because he's behind the light, and this light is so bright here that I can hardly see anybody. So I am so extra delighted now to see my godson Anil in the temple. He's working now, a big man now. He gives more donation to the temple and thing. You know, when you work hard and long, I feel very happy, so they have to give donation. So good to see you, Anil. Hope you're well. Shiratri night. Uncle Parsi is here too? Oh, good to see you, Uncle Parsi. This light is in my eye, so I can't see you too much back there. Good to see you. Vajidev as well. I'm calling them out because I didn't see him for a long time at the temple. And you know what happened last night? I'm in this temple, and I'm thinking, I was standing up there, and I'm thinking, you know how long I didn't see my little friend in this temple? I just thought about it. How long I didn't see my little friend. My little friend. Where is he? He gone? He left? Oh, Natasha's son, little baby Omkar. He comes to the temple and he runs all over the place. And we haven't seen him for a long time. And he showed up today. He adds so much life and flavor to the beautiful Katha. Nice to see them as well. Good to see all of you. Let us stand for Aarti, please. यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि सर्वाणि नश्यन्तु प्रदक्षिणां पदे पदे।
ॐ जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी हरे शिव ओंकारा जय शिव Hare त्रिशूलधरता स्वामी चक्र त्रिशूलधरता जग करता जग हरता जग करता जग हरता जग पालन करता ओम जय शिव ओंकार ओम हर 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 महादेव सदा शिव जानत अविवेक स्वामी जानत अविवेक प्रणवाक्षर के माधे प्रणवाक्षर के माधे ये तीनों एका ओम जय शिव ओंकार ओम हर 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 महादेव त्रिगुण स्वामी जी की आरती जो कोई जय गावे स्वामी जो कोई जय गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित मन पावे ओम जय शिव ओंकार ओम हर 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 महादेव ओम हर 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 महादेव
ॐ कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिस्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, सियावर रामचंद्र की, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की, जगदम्बिका माता की, गुरु महाराज की। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव शंभो। सत्य सनातन धर्म की सबको ये जय जय सीताराम। Jai Sitaram, everyone. Please stay and take RT. Prasad will be given to you at the door. And see all of you tomorrow back again for satsang. Jai Sitaram.